I will tell you why listen, I'll tell you why I'm clapping, because this has some interference, because we want to do with your school this new opportunity, and sometimes when you do something new, it takes a long time to get it to do well. You sit very nicely and very patiently, and you have a lot of derech eretz, and that's very nice. So listen, I'm going to tell you what I wanted to tell you before. You said right. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai said, of course I'm crying. If I'm going now to the end of my life before Hashem, of course I'm crying. Isn't that interesting? He was such a brave man to go before the Roman general. He wasn't afraid. But before Hashem, he was afraid. What does that tell us about Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai? What does that tell us?
You gotta call somebody. Go ahead, Chaim. Father.
He was only afraid of God.
Louder.
That's fine.
I didn't hear you.
He was only afraid of God.
That's right. Even though he was not afraid of people, he was afraid of God. And that shows us that he was an anav. Who knows what the word anav means? Does anyone know? Anav, yes. I will tell you. Anav means humble. Who knows what humble means?
Ellie?
But you're not full of yourself. You're like modest.
Very, very good. You're modest. You don't give yourself credit. And look at the greatness. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai was the greatest of rabbis of his time. And he was so modest, he didn't give himself credit. In a couple of minutes, we're going to show you what he used to say about being modest. But before we do that, I want to show you something else. Where we're at now is also where the Rambam is buried. Who knows who the Rambam was?
Baba?
He was a famous rabbi.
He was a famous rabbi. Look at the book that I'm showing. What does it say?
Mishnah Torah Rambam.
Mishnah Torah la Rambam.
Very good. Mishnah Torah la Rambam. Who knows what the words Mishnah Torah mean? Mishnah Torah means what?
Nice and loud.
Explaining the Torah.
Explaining the Torah. Mishnah means, it also means second. Because what the Rambam did was that when we learn Torah, we also have to know what the halacha is. And the Rambam wrote a second Torah. A Torah of halacha, like the Shulchan Aruch, which you know the name. The Rambam even came earlier and gave us that. The Rambam lived 900 years ago. He's one of the greatest of people. And right now, we're going to walk over to where the Rambam is buried and to see what it says by his grave. So please follow me when I walk.
This is the most interesting part. But also a few minutes, obviously. Let's see if the audio still works.
Are you able to read what it says on this sign?
This
Zoom in.
Yeah.
This is right.
Okay. Me Moshe from the second. Read from the second line. What does it say? Read with me. Read with your teachers together. Me Moshe, the Ad Moshe, lo kam ke Moshe. From Moshe to Moshe, but someone like Moshe. Who do you think is the Moshe who is mentioned here? Who do you think? Who's the Moshe that we all know? Moshe Rabbeinu. Does anyone know who the second Moshe was? Does anyone know who the second was?
No.
The Rambam's name was Rabbeinu Moshe. Moshe was Moshe Rabbeinu. And the Rambam was also Moshe. Meaning Moshe ad Moshe. Woe comes to Moshe from Moshe Rabbeinu to Moshe, who was the Rambam. There was no one great as Moshe. And he wrote Mishnah Torah. He helped get us the book, so it should belong to all of us. May I ask you teachers, please, you have tehilim to say at this base Kever meeting?
Sure. It's the third page of your packets, everybody.
Next page.
All right, so I would like you children to please stand up. Please stand up. And what I would like that your teachers should say the tehillim with you out loud as we're walking into the base Kever.
Everyone together. Shir ma'alot
Esayinai Elohim Me'ayin Yavo Ezrim Ezrim Me'im Hashay Oseh Shamayim Va'aretz Al Yitein Lamot Raglecha Al Yanum Shomrecha Hinei Lo Yanum Lo Yishan Shomer Yisrael Adonai Shomrecha Adonai Shilcha Ayad Yaminecha Yomam Hashemesh Lo Yakeka Ve'yareach Balayla Adonai Yishmorcha Mikol Ra Yishmor Et Nefshecha Adonai Yishmor Tzeitcha U'Boecha Me'ata V'Ilad Olam
Shir ma'alot
Mima Makim Kiraticha Adonai Adonai Shema B'Koli Tiyena Zecha Kashizot L'Kol Tachaninav Im Avonot Tishmorya Adonai Mi Yamod Ki Imchas Licha L'man Tivarei Ki Bisi Adonai Kivta Nafshi V'lid Varo Hocholti Nafshi Adonai Mishomrim Laboker Shomrim Laboker Yachel Yisrael El Adonai Im Adonai Chesed V'Arvei Moch V'Dut V'hu Yifeh Et Yisrael Mikol Avonotav.
Please sit down and look at me. We are about to finish our visit in Tevaria, and we're going to see the Kever where Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai was buried. He lived in Yerushalayim, but because of the Romans, he had to leave there, and he came far away from Yerushalayim to the north to Tevaria. On the map, it might be hard to know how far it is away, but in my car today, it took about 2.5 hours to drive. Imagine 2,000 years ago what it was like. They didn't have highways and they didn't have roads. How many days it must have taken them to come, and not just him. So many Jews had to go into Galut. What is Galut? Do you know what Galut is? Galut is exile. Do you know what the word exile means? Does anyone know what exile means? No. So now I'm going to tell you. Exile, Galut, means you're thrown out of your home. You can no longer live in your home. It's the saddest thing. The saddest thing. And Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai came so far away, and he with so many other people came into the north of Eretz Yisrael because he had to run away from the evil Romans. And right now I'm going to show you the Kever, the grave of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakai, and we're going to see what's written on it. Please follow. Do you see where I'm looking?
Yes.
Hatzevet, Hatana, Hatana, Hakadosh, Rabbanon,